Hey everybody, so here is how to make a daisy seed bead bracelet. You will need a mat to work on so that your beads don't roll around. Here's just some felt fabric. I'm using some Czech glass seed beads here, color of your choice. Clear or transparent thread, non-stretchy. Some sort of super glue. Here I like to use E6000 clear transparent glue because it's flexible. You also need a toothpick and a napkin for the glue to go on. A toothpick is great for going into small spaces. You will need 2 jump rings, size 4mm, 2 crimp covers. I like the ones that fold and has the little hole for the loops. This ring is used for opening the jump rings so that you don't misshape in them. And you will need 1 lobster claw clasp. Just a preference, but usually I tend to choose stainless steel to work with. I also like to have a pin needle just to pin down my bracelets that I'm working with. And you will also need a big eye needle because usually when I make my bracelets, I will go through and double weave it. Optional if you want to double weave or not. Then you will need some pliers to help close the crimps. This one is to help cut the chain. I usually like to use a thinner, smaller extender chain here, as you can see. And just some scissors. This is everything I use to make a daisy seed bead bracelet. I like to use about 2 arms length of thread. I will be making 3 different color daisies. You can choose as many or as few colors as you like. I'm doing a light purple, white, and dark purple petal. And then the pink here will be the center of the flower. Take both the ends of the thread and you will add 1 bead to one of the threads. Pull it all the way through to the end, as seen here. You will add one of the crimp covers, going through the inside to the out. This way your bead can sit on the inside, as you can see here. Eventually we will close the crimp, but not right now. Use your pin needle and pin it down so that you can have a stable work area. Here we will finally start making the daisies. Take both of your threads and add a bead. What you want to do is go from opposite ends of the bead. You want to crisscross and pull it all the way through. This is the first step to making the flower. Next step is take one side and add 2 beads of the same color and then let them slide all the way down. Do the same for the opposite side. Add 2 beads. Next you want to gather both of the ends of the thread. Here is the center of the flower. This time put both threads going the same way through the bead and slide it all the way down, as you can see here. Pull it taut. Right now the center bead is at the bottom. What we will be doing is weaving it so that it will flip up and be held by the 4 beads that we just added. So split the 2 threads apart. Take one and weave it through the top to the bottom of the 2 beads we just added, as you can see here. Pull the strings and what it will do is flip the center bead upside down. And now it becomes the center bead, as you can see here. Just pull both of the strings all the way through. Try not to cross the wires in any way. It may be confusing at first, but I will show you again. The last step to completing the daisy flower is adding 1 more bead. For this bead, you want to crisscross using the ends of the thread going opposite directions, just like the first bead, and pull it all the way through. Here you have your first daisy seed bead flower. And repeat. Usually when it gets to the length that I would like, I like to pull the beads all to the one side to make sure they are nice and tight and not a loose looking flower. Just slowly pull one bead at a time, so one, and then the 4 that are connected to the center bead like this. When you're nearing the end, you can finally see how loose the flowers were actually and how much give that they had. And this is why I like to do one final check, just to make sure that it's the actual length that I would like. To finish off this time, you add both of the threads from the outside of the crimp cover to the inside. You want to add one bead, and this time I'm doing a crisscross, as you can see here. Pull it all the way through, and then here I usually like to double, triple knot it for extra security. This is optional, but I usually like to double weave it, so I will take my big eye needle, put the thread through it, and then go back through. How I like to double weave it is I will kind of make an S shape. I'll just take one side and follow the S all the way down, and then take the other thread and follow it down too. When you get to the other side, just double, triple knot it again as many times as you would like. I personally feel double weaving it just gives that extra sense of security in case one thread might snap. And that's why I like to double weave it, but it's up to you. I do this 2-3 times because I like a big knot so that the glue can have something to hold on to. I usually just make a little dot on a napkin and then take my toothpick and add the glue straight onto the dot. This will be covered by the crimp cover, so no need to worry if it looks funny. Close it and just make sure the holes line up, because we will be pulling the jump rings through the holes, so they should line up. On the other side, just trim the excess thread. Just leave a little excess so that there's something to hold on to for the glue. Close the crimp covers, and look at that, beautiful. I usually like to add an extender too, in case you need a different length. Use the ring to open the jump rings, add it to the crimp cover, and then add your extender. And then use it to close. This ring is really helpful because it makes sure that it just opens sideways and it doesn't ruin the shape of the jump ring. The same to the other side for the lobster claw. And then one last step, which is just something I kind of like to do, is I just add one more daisy to the end of the extender so that there's just a daisy seed bead flower to dangle, as you can see here, and add some glue. And we are finished. Isn't it beautiful? And so simple and easy to make, right? I think this is a great handmade gift idea for anyone you think would like it. This is how it turned out. If you made it, let me know. I would love to see your projects as well. This is how the daisy looks dangling at the end of the extender. Let me know if you have any questions. If you got this far, thank you so much for watching.